Wow, you got a mouth on you.
I don't think you grounded yourself.
It's showtime, folks.
Each week we break down another Better Call Saul episode in order. This week is an episode that feels right at home with Breaking Bad. I've got 34 details you might not know and an investigation into Abuelita in Season 1, Episode 2.
Mijo.
That's disconcerting. Is this the brothers? Jimmy? Oh, he's just cooking, which is a nice callback to Grill. And we know from Breaking Bad that Tuco does a good job caring for his older relatives.
Mijo, estás aquí.
Hey, hello. Habla English.
Tuco prefers authentic Herdez products.
Are you the son?
Grandson.
It's probably worth looking at the Salamanca family tree. Everyone being cousins gives us a lot of gaps. Also, here's a reminder that Gonzo is Tuco's brother-in-law.
Tuco's own brother-in-law, aka Gonzo.
But, given the similar ages of Hector and Abuelita, I'm going to assume that Hector is actually the great-uncle of Tuco and others.
The crazy old biznatch who ran over my brother. She felonied me. That's a felony.
Let me talk to
So
her.
start talking. Es muy mal for my Lego. Here, lean up on the...
Comienza tu novela.
No, man.
No hay ningún problema.
Yes, sí, problema.
And now dos problemas.
Súbele el volumen para que la puedas escuchar.
Sí.
I don't know what you're saying, man.
You want money.
Yes. Yeah, damn straight. Hit and run.
You called her biznatch.
Whatever, man. Please, hurry it up. I'm hurting here. Show us the green or La Policia is gonna come and they're gonna be taking Granny away.
Wow, Tuco completely misses here. On each of these hits, Kelly the editor removed one frame to make it seem more violent.
Biznatch.
This time, the title footage was previously used in a Breaking Bad episode, Full Measure.
Mijo, ¿qué pasa? Tengo un problema, ¿verdad?
No, abuelita, todo está bien.
Now's a good time to talk about color. Unlike in Breaking Bad, it's pretty simple in Better Call Saul. According to the costume designer, law-abiding people wear blues and grays, but criminals wear New Mexico desert colors like red, orange, and tan. And Jimmy's brown suits represent a little bit of both.
¿Y qué es eso en mi alfombra?
Dérame la salsa.
Ay, mijo.
Te estás perdiendo tu novela.
Oh, no te olvides de echarle club soda.
Supposedly, Club Soda is bad at cleaning salsa, but good at cleaning blood, so perhaps Abuelita isn't as innocent as she presents herself to be. Also, there's the whole hit and run thing. I tried to test this, the salsa part, not the blood part, but the results were inconclusive. So I bought this little white rug to test again. My findings, Club Soda does not do a good job with salsa. Besides, this made me realize she should know that stain does not look like salsa. And can you be the matriarch of this family and not at least have suspicions?
Hey, bring no dos and tell Nacho to bring his van.
Great shot, but also they faithfully recreated all the sounds from the last episode.
Open up, officer of the court. Open up in the name of the law. Good afternoon.
There's that shot that Vince copied into episode 1. Tuco doesn't quite match the motion of his slow, dramatic reveal from last time.
You move, and you're dead.
Tuco's gun is called The Judge, although it wasn't produced until 4 years in the future.
Is there by any chance Betsy Kettleman here?
Who are you?
My name's James McGill. I'm an attorney.
Throughout the house, you can see photos of a young Raymond Cruz.
Mijo,
¿Por dónde vas?
agarrar una club soda.
Vuelve para arriba.
Sí.
Talk.
My two clients frickin' frack.
That's a comedic ice skating duo from the early 1900s.
Frick is a village in Switzerland. Frack is a kind of Swiss coat.
This is only one of 3 episodes directed by the great Michelle MacLaren. She was the most prolific Breaking Bad director, having done 11 episodes in that series.
Based on the salsa stain there, if they're dead, I'm guessing that I'm gonna go with glass half full here and say they're not. I will collect my moronic clients and poof, we are gone.
Wow, you got a mouth on you.
Thank you.
It was all his idea. No.
Shut up! Say what?
He wanted to scam you. He said we could clear $2 grand easy.
You punking me? Are they punking me?
He hit his head. He doesn't know what he's saying.
There's clearly some dementia. He's not lucid.
It was him, I swear. It was the lawyer. Oh, no.
This spot is very close to the
Say my name.
spot plus this spot in Mexico. This gang is full of Breaking Bad characters. Gonzo and Nodos are recognizable, and earlier we heard Tuco mention
Tell Nacho to bring his van.
some people, not me, already knew that Nacho is a common nickname for Ignacio, a name that should sound familiar.
No, it wasn't me. It was Ignacio. He's the one.
And here's something that blew my mind. When they first started writing this episode, they called this character Lalo.
Lalo didn't send you? No, Lalo.
They knew they wanted to connect him to the iconic scene somehow.
Who are you? Why are you after me? I was running a scam.
Am I Abuelita?
No, Betsy Kettleman. She's She's married to Craig Kettleman. He's the treasurer of Bernalillo County. He stole $1.5 million from the county. This is a good case for me. I could, rescue her, get their business. That was the plan. These two geniuses ran their little stunt on the wrong car. Joke's on me. Ha ha.
I smell pork.
No, that's not necessary.
We know you're with the heat. Local? FBI? DEA?
No, I'm a lawyer. Just reach in my pocket right now.
Tuco eventually learns to do this at the start of a kidnapping.
Empty your pockets.
I'm Special Agent Jeffrey Steele, FBI.
Yes, that's persona number 4 because I forgot to count the character from Network last
You
time.
got me. I'm the tip of the spear, and releasing me would be the smart move.
I told you the business was too good.
Michael Mando, who plays Nacho, didn't find out the secret that Mijo was Tuco until the day before filming.
Special Agent, Steele?
Jeffrey A. Steele.
Okay, Agent Steele, what business are we in?
Drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Title 21, Schedule 2 through Schedule 5. That's what we call them down at the Bureau. The task force is designated Operation Kingbreaker.
That makes me the king! Woohoo! The next words out of your mouth ought to be the truth. Who are you?
I'm James Morgan McGill. I'm a lawyer. I was trolling for business. I don't know any of your names, and I got a bad case of face blindness. You let us go. We're gonna forget, okay? So, if you just let us go.
I say cut him loose.
He said he was FBI.
You really see the FBI hiring those two flaquitos?
That means skinny men.
Croaking a lawyer for no reason is bad business.
They disrespected my Abuelita.
They called her Biznatch! What about the lawyer? He's giving respect. Okay. I know how to find you, James McGill. Understand what I'm saying?
Jimmy's hands go from being taped up behind him to instantly in front of him.
Up.
This scene was 2 full days of shooting, so it was hard to keep the sky consistent. They rotated the actors throughout the day to keep the sun in the same relative position, but they also digitally replaced the sky in some shots.
What about them? Come on.
You can see evidence of that in a couple places, including these back-to-back frames where the shading of the sky glitches.
Can you let them go?
You stupid.
They don't deserve to die. I put them up to it.
Here's a big difference between Jimmy and Saul. Saul would have kept going, or Walt for that matter. Walt risked his life to protect Jesse, but I don't think he would for others who he doesn't view as family. Tuco's also different from his later years, given that Jimmy is actually able to negotiate with him.
You're gonna skin him like javelinas!
Think about their mother. She's a widow.
He sounds like Christopher Walken there.
You're tough, but you're fair. You're all about justice.
That's what I'm saying.
You ever hear of the code of Hammurabi? Eye for an eye?
You want me to blind them?
No. All they did was trash talk.
So I cut their tongues out! Colombian neckties! Biznatch!
Or you could give them black eyes.
Black eyes?
That one there, Holmes, he already got a black eye, fool.
Stop helping.
Unfortunately, Nodos will not learn from this.
Just remember who you're working for.
What did you say?
I'm just saying.
No, you're just speaking for me!
We could sprain their ankles.
I'm gonna break their arms. And I'm gonna break their legs.
Arms. Wait, when did we get onto arms?
I'm cutting their legs off.
We were talking about breaking. I think we're heading in the wrong direction.
Break their legs.
How many legs?
2, they got 2 legs.
1 leg. To show everybody that you are the man, but that you're fair, that you're just.
1 leg each.
The handshake wasn't in the script.
It's tough. It's fair.
This looks kind of fake, but it's only because they did the digital sky replacement again.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Damn, man, look at that, look! You were the worst lawyer ever!
Hey, I just talked you down from a death sentence to 6 months probation. I'm the best lawyer ever.
This scene originally had 2 pages of dialogue, but they decided to go with 0 dialogue instead. Besides the fact that it follows a 13-page scene, the longest Peter Gould ever wrote, Vince was worried that people would think the stories Jimmy tells here have important details when really they were just throwaway lines. For example, he talks about his childhood love of chocolate milk. Given that Better Call Saul was constructed around a bunch of throwaway lines from Breaking Bad, that means we can expect Vince's new show to work this in. In case you're wondering, I am keeping an eye on this mysterious Albuquerque show and will be looking for Breaking Bad Easter eggs. We're at the fancy hotel bar that we'll see again in season 2. Although in real life it's Vintage 423, a standalone restaurant. Michelle McLaren commented that it's the type of location they never would have used in Breaking Bad. The point of this scene is to show that unlike the Saul we know from Breaking Bad, he is affected by the violence and feels bad.
I'll be right back.
Ground yourself?
I think that's a good idea. I'll just count when Chuck says it, so this is number 2.
Jimmy, did you ground yourself? I don't think you grounded yourself. Oh, no.
He really threw that and got it to land there on the second try. Not quite as good as Cranston on the first try, though. This is the first occurrence of Chuck's theme, which uses guitars to convey an elder statesman vibe. This is not a real address for Duke City Urgent Care or anything else. Here we see that Cal is short for Calvin and Lars is short for Laurentius.
Coffee? You can have Tate Black.
No, out of milk. Oh, sorry.
He certainly could have milk in his cooler, but I guess the idea is that Jimmy would know he doesn't since he's the one who shops for him. Chuck's space blanket is lined so it stays quiet, and then they add fake crinkle noises in post.
Why are you in that space blanket?
You brought your cell phone into my house.
Chuck, did you read this?
Yeah, I may have glanced at it.
I know how this looks. I'm not backsliding. This isn't slipping Jimmy.
Okay.
Take off the space blanket, will you please, Chuck?
It helps.
Jimmy seems to be implying that Chuck's concern over Jimmy's slip-in is why he's wearing the blanket. And although it might act like a Faraday cage, the cell phone is no longer nearby, so...
Take off the space blanket. I didn't do anything wrong.
It has nothing to do with that. It was your phone.
Take off the space blanket.
Why?
Take off the space blanket, Chuck. Take off the blanket. Thank you.
There's a bust of Socrates who believed the law is sacred.
What do you want?
Not to starve to death. Got something for me?
Judging from her filing cabinet, he's done this before. Although in the last episode, there was only one visible up there. Do others do this too?
It's showtime, folks. It's showtime, folks. It's showtime. It's showtime. It's from a movie.
And that movie is all that jazz. This episode's montage, even the Vivaldi song in the background, is an homage to it. Each morning, the main character Joe plays this song while getting ready, then concludes his routine with, "It's showtime, folks." This movie has been a source of inspiration for the Breaking Bad universe.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter.
Joe's health deteriorates, but he remains obsessed with his career. In this montage, you see that Jimmy's hardworking, kind and caring toward his clients, and a great lawyer.
That's a loaner, okay? I need it back.
He wants to be a respectable lawyer, probably largely to impress Chuck. The script called for a guy with a snake on his face, and they found someone who really has this tattoo.
Peter was like, I don't know if this is the right snake. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? It's a guy with a fucking snake on his face. Yes, this is the guy.
Jimmy, it says no drinks in the courtroom.
Petty with a prior.
Look, the parents are a train wreck. There's no food in the house. He was hungry.
Petty with a prior.
Come on.
Light on stickers.
Come on.
SMQ Parking is not a real company, but it is believed to be an homage to Stephen Michael Quezada.
Nice.
There's 4 90-minute stickers there.
Actually, those are 4 60-minute stickers.
You've been here 6 hours and 5 minutes.
But it's only 8:30 in the morning. I don't think he got there at 2:25 a.m.
This makes you feel real important, huh? Not enough stickers? More stickers?
This scribe graffiti appeared in Breaking Bad. There's no deep meaning though. They just had an in-house graffiti artist because 1, these are sets, and 2, using real graffiti requires clearance with the artist. This is a great transition. We do see both Jimmys simultaneously for a couple frames. This guy being a client of Jimmy's establishes how they connected in episode 4. He's also a Breaking Bad character, but I'll wait until episode 4 to count and introduce him. Here's another double Jimmy transition, and it was enabled by this lady's exit moment being used as a wipe. Although there is a glitch here. Should I fix it? No. Not quite. What can I say? You folks are convincing. How about I save him for relevant moments, which won't be in every episode? Although earlier in the montage, there was another visual effects glitch, so here's the corrected version of that.
Petty with a prior.
Prior will stay on his sheet for life.
Petty with a prior.
This is not a me problem. This is a you problem.
Petty with a prior.
Misdemeanor shoplifting.
Petty with a prior.
You can have the rest of these.
Here's another clever transition from Jimmy down there to Jimmy up here, but there's no visual trickery this time. The guy down there is a body double.
Okay, so a fire was started.
They had no dialogue prepared for the courtroom scenes here. Bob did a bunch of improv for this at 4 a.m. because they used this courtroom for training during the day. Unlike the bar scene, they weren't going to use any of his speaking, but it was so good they decided to put some in.
To make some cookies!
The rest can be found on the DVD. Now that I feel compelled to double check the stickers, I see that Jimmy hands them to him in a 2x2 configuration, but Mike hands them back in a Tetris L shape.
Like a troll under a bridge.
Hello, camera operator.
You must have the stickers or you won't pass.
Ciao, Caco, lady.
To get this quadruple feet shot, they built a big grid contraption and hung the camera from it so it could slide along a track. That's unreal dedication to boosting the feet counter to 5 even though nobody's counting them.
You have 0 messages.
Aha, now we learn where Jimmy lives. Much to Vince's chagrin, Michelle removed the air conditioning duct that we saw last episode because it was blocking the shot. And I realize this counts as one of the Breaking Bad style magically clear surface shots, as Jimmy's ceiling does really have tiles.
Customer.
What?
For you, a customer. Waiting now.
Welcome, my office is being painted, excuse it.
Cozy. Tuco freaked you out, huh? It's cool. He doesn't know I'm here. Those people that you were trying to scam, how much did they steal?
North of $1.5 million.
I'm gonna rip them off. You point me at where they have their cash, I'll pay you. 100 large.
I'm a lawyer, not a criminal.
Although he will be both one day.
You want a criminal lawyer.
You are shitting me.
He really believes that. Peter Gould said Jimmy's been on the straight and narrow for 10 years, and when he does cut corners, he feels bad about it.
I got between you and Tuco.
I feel like Bob and the camera operator are both reacting to Michael getting between him and the camera.
I owe you. And if you're ever in trouble, God forbid, legal trouble, I will be there. And I'm not saying anything about this to anybody. You're a client, this is a consultation, and everything you just told me is privileged.
And notice they didn't have to exchange money to make that the case.
You red, you die.
And that, too, yes.
Is Jimmy supposed to have this outside the court building? That's a real phone number and you can still call it.
Nacho, leave it.
Although he hangs up before you can leave a message.
When you figure out you're in the game.
I'm not in the game, I promise.
Congratulations and thanks to Hero 143 and Aljon Beast, who are now 1-year members. And congrats and thanks to Tubis, Maximal Games, WinRAR 64-bit Download, Nightmare 23H, Dude Tower, Nick Matthews, Stellar, CTV, Jerry's Fat Nuts, M, and the Phantom Rocket. They all just became 6-month members. Now I'll fix my pronunciation of Caden Dottie and Jolt Fox. And let's say hi to the new members. I Love Stella Bellabina, Manny Petty, North Archive, Alejandro Matios Ajerbi, Lil Hop, Salvage, Pancake Puncher, Joshua Ratslaff, Nita 2Nice85, Lacerino, Bites, Angus C, Bob Murray, Seek Pete, Snowden, Chicken and Pickle Butt, Sixon, My Evil Pinky, Aiden Healed, James Hobson, Heroes, Never, Jiroxy, Upol, Mortar Moment, Patrizio95, Flopsot, VP Castro, Kanigat, Dorino, X Chicken Kawhi, IDK My BFF JV, Golden, Ruben J, Bazooka Tooth, Gornius, Capsy Monkey, Casey Punk Must Die, Small Diabetes, Matthias Luge, Snuzzle, It's Fez, Cam DT456, Walter Broombinder, Chanterize, Simply Fry, Crean, Mike S, B4 Still, SSDQ, Todd Chan, Hi There, Lafumi, Rafito, Nathan McQuinn, No Names Are Chosen, Aw, Your Sweet Abuelita, Einfach Liam, Charisma, Mikey, Yumi the Hunter, Richie Lou, Yazin1710, Matanks, Farmcat7929, Focus Force, Adrian Cruz, Matthew, Zaras Kitas, Phoenix Tear, Tad1980, Sour Lemon, Goodball59, Here for the Chip, Cyrax, Dennis0103, Dennis Was Glad with Hannah, Gray Sky, The Striker Zisharung, Minotaurus, I Am the Cloud, Redball, Snail.fm, Noah V5, Gage DeHaven, Wolfman Dan, Frederick Engstrom, Turning the Tables, Santino, Rue Ra, Sean, Head Bootius, Dusty, A Brick Wall, Ticadio, Benjamin Barack, Repels Fun, Gizmo Fox, Aquino, Phil Collins, Suitman, Nick Has a Tummy Ache, Richard Carter, Kuto Arana, Just Bread, Volcarona, Chris Hunter, Last Son of Zod, Jeffrey Matlock, Random Entertainment, Jeff B, Ms. Blue Sky, Grandpa Joe, Trojan Trickster, I Musk, Rocket, Woodbees, Pray Like Aretha Franklin, Canarda Spud, Chills, Ruben Lawrence, Amar, Eaton, Dominic Roker, Jesse Noda, and Cluster Hug. If you joined after the cutoff, I'll get you next time. Next week, it's all about Nacho.
Okay, so a fire was started. We're agreeing to that. And she was in the house that was on fire. But there was someone else in the house, too. Her pet gerbil. And you guys have seen pictures. And
There's no jury. Sorry, Bob. No jury.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And it was her only, love. She came here by herself from Luxembourg. She passed away in Odenkirk, Luxembourg. And she rode part of the way on a canoe. And that was in Germany. And she set a fire. Okay, she was in her neighbor's house, admittedly not the right place, but that's where the wood was. What right do you have to judge her? What, because you passed some test and you have a robe?
Baker 53 apple taker.
I'm gonna talk from back here so I'm near to the exit, because if I run out of words to say, I wanna be able to make a quick getaway. Rico did not make a quick getaway, and that's why he was caught with an egg. Big deal, right? What do the kids say? BFD. So I'm hoping that you can see that this man who lives alone, has no community supporting him, chose to make some cookies for the holidays. I was gonna make a thing called a holiday snap. And in his society, where he's from, which is Alsace-Lorraine. Do you know where that place is? It's a place between France and Germany, and they're very macho. I think you can tell. He's a macho man. And I hope that you'll see that that makes him better than you. That's all I have to say. And these two are laughing. And I think that it just shows you the timber of their metal.
Baker 53, Baker take one.
Look, he did something wrong and he admitted it. He admitted it. He, in fact, wrote a book about it. Probably shouldn't have done that. No one would have known. But don't you think he deserves some credit for having shared his story with the world? His nickname, Machine Gun, is not a reference to, well, the gun, right? It's a name he inherited from his grandfather. What's that?
Exit top right again, okay?
Yes.
Enter, cross over, and exit left, and then come in again, okay?
It's a nickname that he inherited from his grandfather, who was indeed a gun runner and was a very, very evil man. But Peter is not that. He is an accountant, okay? And he didn't file his own taxes. A bonehead move. And then he wrote a book about it. Guess what I did? I didn't pay taxes for the last 20 years. A lot of people would say that is a very long name for a book. Your publisher should have had you edit it down. But to what? I don't pay taxes? It doesn't matter. Leaving aside the house he burned down and the dogs that he fathered illegally.
Cut it.
You're thirsty. You get home and your mom tells you to drink some water. I know what I wanted.
Yeah?
Back of the fridge, glass bottle, cool to the touch, chocolate milk. It wasn't always there, right? We couldn't always afford it, right? But when it was, I'd twist the cap off, drink it right out of the bottle. And that first hit, feel it in my toe.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. It was the one perfect thing on a summer day. So what about you? What were you thirsty for?
Tang.
The astronaut drink.
I wouldn't even add water to it. I would just lick my finger, put it in the jar, and then lick it. And they would just sort of sparkle. You know.